things are happening and things are happening fast. They're happening very fast muri Zimbabwe. Takakupai a video ya Nelson Chamisa a couple of days where Nelson Chamisa was talking about Cape 3, and a lot of Zimbabweans felt satisfied with that speech. Amwagati it was long overdue. Chamisa address Cape 3 achiri shora directly sezvaakaita. So vazhinji takangofunga kuti it was a random thing, but zvatakuudzwa right now muri Zimbabwe ndezvokuti Chamisa is on a mission, and Chamisa is on a mission to mobilize Zimbabweans for them to understand the consequences of Cape 3, and also for them to be ready to support stopping Cape 3, of course, constitutionally and peacefully. Remember, Zimbabwe, when it comes to transition of presidents, yakangoitika ka1 kubva zvatakatanga kuva Zimbabwe. Yakaitika muna 2017, but hapana kuitika kuteuka kweropa, at least publicly, because kuna vamwe vanokudza kuti no, behind pakaitika. But so anyway, right now information yasvika pa news desk iri kutiudza kuti there are communications happening pakati pa Chiwenga team, his team, like his guys who he works with, and also Chamisa team, and the communications that are happening ndo watuda kutikuudze right now. The communications are centered on the unity that is needed right now for the opposition and the military or the executive, in the sense of Chiwenga, who is a vice president. So we are talking about Chiwenga faction, the guys in ZANU-PF who oppose Cape 3, who thinks Cape 3 is taking us back to before 1980, where the government the president aichuzwa ne a selected few, ainzima France, Ian Smith. So as of right now, those guys are now talking to Nelson Chamisa, because Nelson Chamisa is still seen as the guy who represents the people by the military establishment. So the talks that are happening, what we have to expect kuti zvingabuda pama talks ari kutaurwa pakati pa Nelson Chamisa na VP Chiwenga ndezvekuti if they come to an agreement, the agreement itself will terrify Emerson Mnangagwa enough to know kuti Chiwenga now has the masses behind him. Because murikufanira kunzwisisa kuti in Mnangagwa's world, in Mnangagwa's perception, General Chiwenga is not actually loved by the people, or he also would lose elections if he were to run. That's what Mnangagwa thinks. So Mnangagwa kwa ari, he justifies to kudzvanyirira VP Chiwenga kuvabatira down kuti no, you are not going to take over from me, because ininewe tiri matsotsi tose. So iwewe ukaita take over from me, unenge uchingo apply ma same methods andiri kuapply to stay in power. You understand? So zvakangofanana, why not me extend my own term, because tose tagara tiri matsotsi, iwe ngodla mari uri ipapo. Remember speech yakambopiwa naMnangagwa achitaura achiti General Chiwenga ndijaya mufumi. Ndopa patinodzoka tichikudza kuti Mnangagwa ndi baba vezvigananda. His ideology kugadzira vanajaya mufumi. WeBhayibheri uya yamaza vanajaya mufumi. Boys rinenge rine mari inohlisa, boys vafana vechidiki vane mari inohlisa. Andiswa muchiona vafana vaya vachibudikira vachizviti boys dzamudhara. Anditi zvigananda, zvana zvechibaba chezvigananda. Right? So all of that, Mnangagwa now achizoziva kuti Chiwenga actually has the support of the masses, because if you are legitimized by the opposition, remember mna 2017, remember this, as long as right now the opposition is nowhere to be found, Mnangagwa believes he will succeed. But because this is very important. Nelson Chamisa Wamrukushora is the voice of the people right now, because he is the guy who stood against millions emadoras ezvigananda and stood his ground ndobva aramba kutengwa. Pane macooked narratives anenge achibikwa nezvigananda achida kuti vasvibise zita raNelson Chamisa senge akatora mari. Because isusu tinokuudzai, kana Nelson Chamisa akatora mari, tachimbotarisai even a motorcade yaNelson Chamisa, do you think ane $20 million? Honai Chamisa kana kuchinzi aida kutengwa nezvigananda angadai akapinda mugovernment. You understand? So right now he stands for the people. Once Nelson Chamisa and the Chiwenga becomes friends and publicly they endorse each other, Mnangagwa zvapera. Because right now Chiwenga, you see the reason why Chiwenga nguva yese asina kuda kupusha kuti Mnangagwa ngaabviswe right now or anything is because at the end of the day vanogona kubvisa Mnangagwa, but the region, the international community, they won't legitimize that government. They will think it's a military government. Voisa ma sanctions, voisa everything. You understand? So panodiwa the legitimization from the opposition. If the opposition is in support of the move, then you know that thing is legit. So Zimbabwe, this is what is happening right now. This is what is happening. A lot of Zimbabweans will tell you they wish these guys fast forward their talks and come to an agreement very quickly, because it is needed. And I will say we want peace, we want dialogue, we want the judicial to have its independence so that it can give judgments that are in accordance with the Constitution. That's what we want. And if that happens, we know there is not going to be violence, there is not going to be destruction of property or looting or people, getting hurt. Saka, stay tuned. Ndino super Nexus. Peace.